¿Qué pasa? Solo con pinturo.
Oh, new car.
Ah, you got your new car today.
Mm-hmm.
Qué lindo. What is it? It's a pink car?
No.
What's wrong with pink, sir?
Not my color.
I have pink underwear.
That's good to know.
So what are you driving?
The Lexus IS 250.
The 250?
Mm-hmm.
How's it feel?
I've driven it maybe for like 20 minutes. 30 minutes, I guess. Yeah, it's good. I like it. Luxury sedan, that's what I wanted.
Turns like a dime?
Turns like a dime.
Does it it feels better than the Mustang, or you still prefer the Mustang?
No, it's to be honest, it's pretty as sporty. It feels as sporty. And you know,
it's a fast car. I mean, you just tap the gas and it can pick up quick.
actually there's a knob to give it different modes,
Right.
like economy and
Right.
or eco, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, the economy. My car has the same thing. It has the economy. So when I touch the gas, it doesn't take off as quick.
Mm-hmm. And then there's a normal, and then that one.
Interesting. So where do you plan on taking it for your first road trip?
I only plan to do road trips.
Yeah, sir. That's the point of getting a new car. These awesome. Huh? That's the point of getting a new car. You get to do these road trips.
No, I put smiles on it. I don't really care to do that.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
So let's start off with things we're watching, playing, reading. What are you playing right now?
Shadow of War.
Oh, Jesus. You too. You got suckered into that.
When I say suckered, I loved the first one, which is Shadow of Mordor.
You know, I haven't finished the first one.
Why not?
I don't know.
Is it just not your type of game?
No, it was good. It's just something else came along and I started playing that. I don't know what it was. So tell us about Shadow of... It came out last week. You've only had it a week?
Yeah, but I've been able to play it a lot.
All right, so give us your thoughts. Is it some things... Give us a pro and a con.
So it's basically like Shadow of Mordor, but expanded, where you can recruit an army.
Right.
You get your own captains, and you get your own fortresses, and you assign a war chief for the fortress.
By the way, I'm drinking some wine, so if you hear me, drinking, don't mind me.
Right. So that's a really interesting aspect to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in general it's just a lot of fun, and getting more into it. They added little things about betrayals, being ambushed, all these kind of interesting things related to the game. Like you could recruit somebody, and then later on they betrayed you. I have been betrayed before.
You have been betrayed?
Yes.
For what was the reason? What was the cause of the betrayal?
No, I don't know. I guess they just had low loyalty or something.
What the fuck was their name so I can go after them? They don't betray my friend.
Probably Douche.
Douche? Okay. I'm going to go after Douche.
Because he's a douche.
No shit. With that name? I'd assume he is.
No, there's seriously artworks. I've seen it, people talk about it.
Uh-huh.
It's, DU, SCH or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So they obviously are playing off that word. They added like singers too. I haven't gotten one yet, like a bard.
Oh, they have bards.
Yeah, I don't think they do anything with their music per se, but they have a guitar. and they'll start singing about your death, and
Oh wow.
then they start hitting you with a guitar. I saw a clip of that. I posted that on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot interesting going to some of the orcs because they're randomized, the way they look and all this stuff, and their abilities. A lot of fun. This game had a lot of controversy before it released. People were talking about that over the game itself.
So what was the controversy? Because I remember there was something about it, and it just left my mind. I guess it's the wine that's fucking me up. Go ahead, tell us.
No, let me tell you, this game has been shitted on by everybody before it came out, and for good reason. They introduced, it is already introduced, loot crates in the game.
Oh yes, I've been hearing about that, and somebody said the only way to get rid of loot crates is to tell the developers that you don't want them.
There's like a website going to be dedicated to talking about the not just specifically loot crates, but anything that deals with real life money,
right?
That for already full price game, and try to criticize it based on that because people really do not want this to spread. So in this game, it's in there.
Right.
I think it comes in terms of loot crates, probably Overwatch was maybe the first one to introduce that. Yes. You can buy them with in-game money. Some of them, I think, most of them are just real life money, and I don't really need it.
I don't like loot crates. I haven't played Shadow of War, but I don't know if you'll agree. But some people are saying that you don't need it in this type of game.
So let me tell you how it comes into play here.
Uh-huh.
So what you do is you buy these things, these loot crates, and they can have orcs and these training orders, and then something to boost your experience. That's randomized. You don't. It's kind of gambling a little bit, right?
Right.
So the orcs themselves, you can get some cool followers, but they could die. I had actually 2 of them already died because I got some with in-game money or get them for rewards for completing a quest. I forget what it was, but I got some, and 2 of them died already. So it's not like I feel bad if you spend money because these things could die. And then training orders is just you train specific orcs, specific traits.
Right.
And then, the boost experience thing. I heard the only time that really comes into play is later on in the game where it gets a little grindy. It takes a long time to level up. Like, I'm level 31 now.
Wow,
and it's starting to get a little bit, more to level up.
You've been really playing the shit out of this game.
Yeah, I have no idea how many hours I logged in, but I've been playing a lot.
You're out of a job right now. That's probably giving you extra time.
Yeah, specifically saying I'm transitioning to a new job. I start my new job next week.
You're out of a job, sir. You don't have to be very specific. Besides out of a job.
Well, I'm just saying I'm not a bum.
Yeah, I know. You're not living in the basement. That's what you're saying?
Yeah. So, the loot crates are there, and I'm sad that they're in there at all. And it's obviously what's getting all the focus in this game, but the game is actually a lot of fun. And I don't had a desire to spend any real money on it.
So
I don't
you
see
are
any need of it.
for loot crates or against it?
No, I'm against them. I could avoid it easily. It's not this game doesn't require you to get them.
That's okay.
No, that's the defense that these developers say and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they're probably just saying whatever the publisher is telling you to say.
Right.
And it's a lot of the same things like cost of games and blah blah blah. So I'm against that all. I pay full price for a game. I just want the game. I don't want to throw this extra shit at me.
Which
for
is
no reason.
A topic that we're going to discuss briefly. Full price of games.
Honestly, briefly, it is something we should talk about.
Wait,
full price games.
Wait, sir.
What makes a game full price?
Wait, motherfucker, not yet. So, Shadow of War. Those are the things you like, and the things you don't like is the loot crate.
There's an actual bug in the game.
What is it?
Yeah, so you can invade fortresses to take them over.
Mm-hmm.
There's an upgrade that if you use it, you'll kill one of your own orcs every time. Because you have to tear down the fortress wall, and the upgrade is the last upgrade, which is forget what they're called. Something with an O. They're like huge trolls. They're not trolls, but they're bigger than that.
Augurs?
Yeah, you do that upgrade to get them to bust down the wall, and you're 100% of the time you're one of your orcs, your captains will die.
Oh shit!
So you can't do that upgrade, or else they'll die. That's a bug. I knew about that bug because I kind of keep on top of it.
And this is still single player?
Yeah. As people might know, I said it a few times. I don't have PSN Plus, but in the map, there'll be quests for online vendettas. Right. Basically, someone died, and you could go ahead and start the mission to kill the orc that killed that person. I don't have PSN Plus, and that works for me. So there's some stuff that works. I think the thing that wouldn't work possibly is the invasion of other people's actual fortresses.
Right.
I think that's part of the online pay thing, as in PSN Plus pay. I haven't not tried invading one's fortress. I'm just playing the game single player. Anyways, awesome game. Sadly, it's getting a lot of focus on the bad shit, which is the loot crates. There is a bug,
right?
But it's avoidable and not necessary.
They'll probably patch it soon.
I would hope so.
The bug.
I would like to have that upgrade, but I'm not going to have it because it kills one of my captains.
So you were early in the podcast, early episodes. This is going to be episode, I think it's going to be episode 38. You were very against getting games on day one. What made you get this one early? Or yeah, I think you got it day one.
Yeah. So I am mostly against it.
Mostly.
So, like I said, certain publishers or studios, I'll go ahead and buy them. Like Nintendo, I trust Nintendo, and all the Nintendo's about a release date this year. Mm-hmm. All great, they're working. There are no bugs. Shadow of Mordor, I was really Shadow of War.
Right.
I was looking really forward to it. I was pretty hyped about it. Like I got a free shirt from E3, and I saw the demo and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this is a risk. I do like the studio. Will they have bugs? Possibly. I took the risk, and there's one bug, and that's it. I think maybe publishers are starting to learn. We'll see. Because how many times are they going to release a game and okay, we have to give you free games now?
This game was in development a long time. Was it the first one released in the launch lineup for the PS4? Like in 2013?
It's one of the early PS4 games. I don't think it's launched. This is a game I do have.
I know it was also on the PS3, so I that's why I'm thinking it was launched. They were. Let me see. George would know. George, was it like the first Shadow Mordor? Did it come out when the PS4 came out during that first few months, or did it come out the year? Okay, so it was first year. It was like a year after, almost a year.
Yeah, because I bought PS4 like a year or two after.
So it was 2014. So it's been in development for almost 3 years. At least you could say 2 or 3 years, which is not bad. They had time to tweak it. And as you mentioned, you've only seen one bug so far.
Yeah, and the thing is, it kind of forced me to do it day one. And I say sort of, was just the Amazon Prime.
The discount?
To take advantage of the 20% off, you have to do it before the game comes out now.
Yeah, it's confirmed. It was 2014.
Yeah, before Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor was actually my favorite PS4 game.
Yeah, it was a good game. I just didn't get around to finishing it. I'll finish it.
Right. So I took the risk, and it paid off. I'm glad I did. I was gonna rage if it was broken, and then I'm like, okay, I paid full price for a broken game. Thank you.
How is it visually compared to? Let's compare it first to the first game in the series, Shadow of Mordor, and compared to games currently out this year.
I think it's just comparable. I don't think anything. I don't think it's crappy graphics. I don't think that. It's a big, huge open world too. So it's good.
Okay. That
I'm
sounds
not
cool.
amazed or anything, but it's good.
Anything else that you're playing besides that, or just that? I mean, when was the last time we talked? We talked like 2 weeks ago, I think.
I wrapped up Final Fantasy 14. I
Okay.
like the game. The story, I don't like as much.
Really? What about the story that?
Not to spoil. I mean, the game's been out for quite a while.
It's been out a while. You can spoiler alert. So there you go. You can talk away.
I think I said 14. This is 15. Sorry.
It's 15. Yeah.
The story is just there's moments in the story where you're like you're not supposed to care.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a character that dies, but I'm like I don't give a fuck.
You don't give.
Like I know it's like Final Fantasy 7 when Ares dies and all that stuff. And
yeah, that shit was fucking heart wrenching, sir.
Right, and here it's like no, I don't care. The characters when they talk to each other, the main characters when they talk to each other and stuff, it's funny and cool and good. But besides that, they kind of rush the story, and I really don't care much for the story.
And that's funny because the game's been 8-9 years in development.
I don't know for what.
And the story feels rushed.
Yeah.
Oh shit. So you wrapped up Final Fantasy 15. You began Shadow of War.
Yeah, and I'm still currently playing stuff like Splatoon 2. ARMS had an update. I might play that here soon.
Wow, ARMS. That game died off quickly. I haven't heard anybody mention it on social media much.
Yeah, actually, I was on Reddit and people were talking about the same thing. What happened was it was released in June.
Right.
Everybody was talking about it, and
a month later was Splatoon 2.
And then Splatoon 2 came out in July, and then that crushed it.
Yeah. I still see people talk about Splatoon 2, but not ARMS is it's not mentioned at all, to be honest. I think in the last month I've only seen one social media post about ARMS, and Splatoon I've probably seen like 3-5 times that.
Yeah, ARMS is a fun game. Multiplayer wise, it's not gonna.
It's a fighting
as
game.
Long as Splatoon 2.
It's some fighting games don't have a high replay value unless it's like
Well,
Tekken 7 or
just,
whatever.
It's a good game. I'm not gonna, it's just release wise.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to play an online game for the Switch against other people, it's competitive. You're gonna play Splatoon 2.
No, that's a piece of shit, sir. Play Senran Kaguren Beach Peach Blast.
No, thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna say you mentioned a while back that you had the SNES Classic. I got my hands on one.
Yeah, you want to tell people?
I got my hands on the SNES Classic. Good friend of mine, Garrett, hooked it up. Shout out to Garrett. So I got it. I played it. It's not hacked. Although it might be soon, not by me, but someone I know. But besides that, Star Fox 2.
Yeah, I did play Star Fox 2.
What a piece of shit game! I can tell. I can see why it was canceled. Holy fuck!
It's a piece of shit.
It was a piece of shit, dude. Star Fox 1, the first one, was great. It had the music. I can still hum the music in my head. Star Fox 2, nothing was memorable. The music was shit. It was a short game. It felt shorter. I think I finished it in 35 to 40 minutes in normal mode. Well, I actually played the Star Fox 1 before I played Star Fox 2. And I finished Star Fox 1 in the same mode, normal mode, in close to an hour. Maybe like 50 minutes, 55 minutes. I don't remember exactly. But Star Fox 2, it had potential, and it seemed like they just got lazy. You know, like the whole are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Like the whole the concept of going from planet to planet, or star system to star system, while Andros is shooting missiles, and he's sending ships to attack the planet Cornea, I think that's the planet called. It's a good concept, but it wasn't executed fluently. And then you only have the first person view, and in Star Fox 1, we were so used to the third person view. We only saw the first person view of Star Fox 1 like maybe 2 or 3 times at most. And in this one, it's like 90% of it, and then you only go in third person when you go on the planet base, on the planet surface, and you go inside a base. Then you go in this weird mech-like walking. Your ship turns into like a walking vehicle. The frame rate is choppy. I get the frame rate was really bad. It was just terrible in Star Fox 2. Very choppy. Star Fox 1 has shitty frame rate, but it was a lot smoother, it felt like to me. I don't know, man. I don't know if you played Star Fox 1 before playing 2 to compare both, but I did that. I tried to, if I can, finish 1, the first game, in before I go into a sequel. And I did that because I'm like, okay, I haven't played Star Fox 1 in like 20 years. Why not play it? And I did it. And I was like, whoa, it just, I don't know. I just did not like Star Fox 2 at all. I think it was shit. Like, if I don't like rating shit, like my rating scale is like, okay, it starts with whale shit, then dog shit, then okay, and then fan fucking tastic. Well, Star Fox 2, I'm gonna put it in whale shit. It's that bad. It's lower than dog shit.
I don't think it's that bad.
I think so.
I just think they made a short game. That's what they made.
Fuck, way too fucking
short.
short
Too.
It is short, but I'm telling
one's...
you, it's almost an hour in the first one, and it's just everything was executed better. The gameplay, the music, the visual presentation. Like, you felt like when in Star Fox 1, when your mates, your friends are talking to you, it felt like you're part of a movie. Star Fox 2 had none of that. You pick your characters, and that's it. You don't hear from anybody else. You never see them until the fucking end of the game. That to me was a letdown. I'm not saying that it had to be exactly like part 1. But it just went in a completely different direction.
That's fine. It's just look. This is a fun game for like a mobile game. That's why I feel like it's like a mobile. Game
they should have released it on the fucking the Nintendo Switch for like a $5 game or something, because that's really what it's worth. The game is. I mean, we got it for free. Well, not for free. You have to pay $80 for the SNES Classic. But yeah, I'm never gonna play that game again. It's terrible. If people are listening and they still don't have an SNES Classic and are trying to hunt one down for Star Fox 2, don't hunt it down for that. Just hunt it down for the other 21 games. Star Fox 2 is, like I just said, it's well shit.
I like it. It's just very short and it's not.
What do you like about it? Tell me what
you
liked. Tell me what you liked about it.
I shoot shit and it dies.
That's bullshit. You can do that in any fucking game.
No, I like the whole defending your planet thing.
That's cool. I said that's a cool concept, but it was executed poorly in Star Fox 2.
I think they needed more time, and it's probably...
Stop trying to give Nintendo credit. I know you're a Nintendo ass licker, but...
No. Like I said, this could be a better game.
Okay, so there. It could be a better game. You just admitted it. It could have been better.
It's something I would... It's not that I would admit it. I do admit it. It's just...
I'm just making it clear, sir, for the record.
I want to call it well shit. That's like E.T.
No. E.T. Well, E.T. is a brand new category. That's like fucking whale shit and like whale cum put together. That's what E.T. is.
Good to know.
Oh,
I haven't hacked mine either. I was gonna play Earthbound before I hacked it.
Okay, so I haven't. I played Super Ghouls and Ghosts. That's what it's called. Yeah, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I was thinking, like, I don't think I've ever finished this game, and I quickly remembered why. That game's fucking hard. It's fucking difficult. That Super Ghouls and Ghosts, and that's probably why I never finished it 27 years ago.
The coach finished it.
He finished it on the SNES Classic.
Yeah,
I gotta talk to the coach and get some tips, because I'm stuck in the first act of that fucking game.
He finished. Actually, he's played the SNES Classic more than me.
Shit.
I really just played Star Fox 2. I played Donkey Kong Country with him, 2-player wise.
Oh shit, Donkey Kong Country. That's another game that I want to get on. So Donkey Kong Country is a beloved classic of mine, and I'm sure millions. I loved it. I was playing for like 45 minutes, and then I get to that mine cart carnage level. Holy fuck, that level is... I was stuck on it for like half an hour until I said, fuck it, I'm not going to play it anymore. Turned it off. The next day, I played it again. Another half an hour. I was about to stop, and I was like, let me go one more time, and I finally finished it. I don't know if it's. I don't remember it being that difficult when I was a kid.
I think your skills are just
my
lacking.
skills are just lacking. Maybe I was. I don't know. Maybe I was just having a bad day. I was slow that morning. I don't know.
So I just did it in a few tries, almost like the first shot.
Fuck, my reflexes must have been shit for that map, for that level. I mean, but
It doesn't change. It's always the same pattern. Just have to knock that down.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just felt I just couldn't do it. But other than that, it's a great game. I'm almost at the end. So what else did I try out? I haven't tried Link to the Past yet. I've been very busy this past 2 weeks. I'm trying to think of the other games I tried. Oh, Contra 3. I tried that. Love it. I just find it. Even though the graphics are, they're in 720p HD. You can playing these games on an HD TV. You quickly see that it's heavily pixelated. Like Donkey Kong Country, you cannot even see the monkey's eyes because it's so pixelated. You know.
Donkey Kong Country, when it came out, that was like the best graphically.
It was the best looking game at the time, and now it looks like just a bunch of blocks put together. You know what game looks good? Which I give it to Nintendo. Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. That looks amazing because it was mostly like hand drawn or more like cartoonish animation. That looks great in HD. But Donkey Kong Country
still pixelated.
Still pixelated, but not as much as Donkey Kong Country or Contra 3. Contra 3 is heavily pixelated.
No, Contra. I did play Contra 3 actually a little bit. Yeah, that's just like looks like first gen.
All you see is like you can tell there's a body there, and that's it. You don't see an arm. You don't see because it's so pixelated. Oh shit. I think I'm trying to think. Those are the only games I played. I haven't played. I saw my brother play Super Castlevania 4, but I didn't play myself. That's also obviously it's first gen SNES, so it's heavily pixelated. Yeah, so I just have to make time to play it. I've been busy these past few weekends. This weekend I hope to stay home and play some SNES Classic.
Oh.
So I haven't been playing anything else besides that. No PlayStation games. Nothing of the sort. So that's it for me. Let's go into the full price games. I want you to take over. What about the full price games?
Yeah, so this discussion started with Mario Rabbids game on the Switch.
Yes.
What's his name? That your buddy?
Oh, Frankie. He was on the podcast.
Frankie.
Right. On the episode Nintendo Go Fuck Yourself.
Part 2.
Right. Part 2.
You guys talked about it. Obviously, I wasn't there. And he's like, he had fun, but he didn't think it was worth the full price. And I think later...
Well, I brought it up because I heard it somewhere, and I think he agreed.
And then in a later podcast, I talked about the game, and I, give it high praise. And I said it was definitely worth the full price. So then we started talking, let's save this conversation for the podcast.
Right.
What makes a game full price? And one of the reasons I say that game was full price because of the time I spent on it.
So you think the time makes a game full price?
It's one of the big factors. I'm gonna give it a
how big? Because how big of a factor is it?
I'd say pretty big, like top 3 thing. So I'll give it a comparison to this.
Okay.
I played and bought South Park Stick of Truth, but I bought it on sale. I think I paid like $10 for that game or something, or whatever.
Right.
I had a lot of fun. I played it, and I beat it like in 10 hours. And I'm like, well, I'm glad I paid $10 for this. This is not something I would have paid $60 for. Mm-hmm. It's a good game. It's just really short. Could I do the side stuff? Sure, but I wasn't that in love with the game. I think it was a good game. The big thing about the game is the comedy and the story and all that stuff.
People have said that when they do the side stuff, that gives them an extra, I think 5 or 6 hours of gameplay.
Even then, that's still 15 hours. Now I'm going to compare this again to Mario Rabbids. I have I think about 30 or 35 hours logged into it. I played the full story, loved it, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back and do the challenges. So I went back and did a lot of the challenges. I'm getting to the point where I have to do the ultimate ones, and the ultimate ones are really freaking hard. Where like the normal mobs are the side bosses,
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
there's like limitations on turns and stuff like that. It'll be really hard. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm getting to that point where I'm running out of challenges, so I had to do that. Like I'll do a very hard challenge, and it's not that hard for me. It's pretty easy. So I'm getting to that point. But once again, I'm going through. I'm like really grinding through this game. The story itself is probably about 20. And what else do I think? Why we'll make it a full price game?
Right.
It's just the kind of the sort of things you can do in it, and the variety of things you can do in it. There's various strategies and things, characters, and all that sort of stuff.
Wait,
I'll give you a comparison when they released.
No, because you were cutting out. Go ahead. I'll let you know if it cuts out again. What was the comparison?
The comparison would be Street Fighter V. Released it, and there's a limited roster. And they're like, oh, they'll be coming out as DLC or whatever.
Right.
What the hell? That's not a full price game. You get release all the characters and all that stuff.
But that's a fighting game. That's been the tradition. Yeah, you're right. Either you unlock it, it's in the game and you unlock it, or yeah, the whole download DLC for extra characters. That is kind of
but
cheap
the roster was really almost naked. It was barely anyone you could play.
Yeah,
that was stupid, and that's why that game is struggling hard.
It is.
But anyways, so that's a comparison of something that is not full price.
So again,
a
full price is what? A game that has to be what? More than 10 hours? More than like you have a time frame for it to be full price?
I say time, the content.
But how much time? Is there a specific amount of time?
I would say at least 20 hours, 15 hours.
So what if Mario Odyssey is only 12 hours?
I doubt that. I don't know any like a Mario game where you're just full blown. You're not doing a speed run. It's gonna take you a while.
It took me 5 hours to finish Super Mario World.
Yeah, well, that's back then. And that's now. Back when you were a kid,
well, things change as technology improves. Games get longer and longer, and it's just how it is. I mean, I agree with you. Look, a full price game, fucking like I haven't played Call of Duty in ages, but there was a Call of Duty game that like the main story. You know, those people are gonna might disagree here because they're gonna be like, oh, nobody plays Call of Duty for the fucking single player. They play for online multiplayer. No, the single player, it was like 3 hours. Like, what the fuck? You're paying $60. What if you don't play online? What if you don't want that? And you're just playing like $60 game for like 3 hours? That to me is fucking terrible.
So look, I think it's time, content, and then replayability. Can you replay the game over and over if you wanted to?
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's the top three things.
Like Uncharted 4, I'm replaying it again. That's what you mentioned, replayability. It is at least, I think I clocked already like 18 hours in it, almost 20. So that to me is a full price game. Also the visuals, the dedication and the work that they put into the game. That to me is a full price game. Mario Rabbids, graphically, it looks nice, but I just don't see a strategy game like that having to be full priced.
Why not? I don't know why you blow strategy games when you have Call of Duty and it's the same every year. Why would you keep on paying $60 for that game?
I don't play it because I haven't bought a Call of Duty in 5 years.
Right,
Maybe
so I'm just getting
longer.
a comparison. This is a strategy game. It's a different type of gameplay. You don't like it, then don't buy it. It's rich in the content. And hours you put into it, great. And can you replay it?
To me,
yes.
I don't see it as a big like a AAA game like fucking Mario Odyssey. I see $60 because Nintendo made it themselves. Ubisoft is the one that made Mario Rabbids, and Ubisoft just made like, to me it just feels they got the formula from a successful game that came out before, and they're like, oh, let's put Rabbids and Mario. Boom. Oh, fucking $60. No, I don't feel that it merited a $60 price tag. I would say 45 max. Maybe 40 would be nice.
It's okay to have a different opinion.
No, I mean, I'm just saying.
Even though your opinion is wrong.
No, that's there's no such thing as a wrong opinion.
No, look, it's not your type of game, so you don't want to pay full price for
No,
it.
I like
That's
strategy
That's fine.
games. I just don't think that strategy games should be full price $60 games. Period. Whether it's on PC, although the PC we can go into a different market because PC have more they have more leeway into how they price their games. You know, where you get a digitally, you can get a brand new game that just came out day one for like $30. It could be a strategy game. Fuck, I even go as far as saying as if fucking Mario Rabbids was released on PC digitally or whatever, it wouldn't be $60. And you know that. You know PC games are very rarely ever priced at $59.
No, AAA games are always
Right,
full
for
price.
PC, yes, but this is not a AAA game. Like I told you, it's just
It is.
No, Nintendo published it and Ubisoft made it. That's it.
Yeah, they're both AAA.
No, because Ubisoft has really.
You tell me Ubisoft is an independent company?
No, they're a AAA
like
studio,
indie
but they
company?
don't have to release it at a full price like that.
Dude, they're going to.
Like those
They're a
fucking
AAA
dancing,
studio.
those fucking dancing games are made by Ubisoft, Just Dance, and on the PC they're never full price, ever, on day one.
No, I can't defend Just Dance, but
It doesn't matter. It's the same studio. It's a AAA studio. You were cornering me with that argument, so I'm shooting back.
well, I think a vast majority of AAA games are going to be full price, and now on top of that, they're going to fucking add DLC and all this shit to it.
Right, and we've already talked about DLC, how much it's like fucking ridiculous. But I know you're gonna be
Yeah, I remember I talked about the Rabbids one. I was considering it
uh-huh.
after seeing the first one that came out. The first one came out finally.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna buy this. This is barely anything, and it's it's $20.
The DLC for the Mario Rabbids.
Yeah, I saw saw what it was.
What is
It's
it?
just more co-op stuff, which just more levels and then extra challenges. The challenges is interesting, but just more co-op stuff. I play co-op like once with somebody for like an hour. I'm not gonna pay for that because I don't even know if I'm gonna ever play co-op again.
You can play co-op with me.
Yeah, you have to come over here then.
Oh, it's not online?
No,
Fuck Nintendo then.
well, Ubisoft.
Both of them.
But like it's just one of those things that it's gonna be full price. A lot of indie games are not full price.
Great.
You go into that, like,
yeah,
huh?
That's good. And Ubisoft made a indie game. Only has been released digitally, and it was never full price, and it's a long game. I think it's called Child of Light or Children of Light. It's a side-scrolling, hand-drawn RPG. Came out like 2 years ago, maybe. That wasn't full price.
Like Shantae, I talked about that in earlier episodes
Mm-hmm.
on the Switch. It's on other things too, but it's not full price. It's like $20.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. You can spend actually a lot of time on that.
Look, we can both agree that a AAA studio has a team of like 100 or 200 people. It's going to be costly. The production of that game is going to be in the millions. They're going to price it at full price because they need to we need to recoup that money. And soon after, like within a couple months now, you're seeing games like 3 or 4 months after release. They're already like at $50, $40, sometimes even half. Depending if you catch it on sale, and then it goes back up afterwards. But it's just not. My thing was that not all games have to be full price, even AAA, including AAA studio games. And I just don't see. Oh shit! The connection dropped. Okay, so we're gonna try calling him back, or either Javier got upset at me and hung up. Oh no, he's calling me back. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I was telling people that you might have been offended and hung up.
Super offended.
So so the point was that some studios, some AAA studios can be full price and some shouldn't, and I was just saying that Mario Rabbids shouldn't be a $60 game. That's all.
Yeah, it's your opinion. I felt like it reached the top 3 things: content.
Do you think ARMS should be a $60 game on day one?
The thing with ARMS that I will throw.
I don't think any fighting game should be $60. It should not.
There's people who play fighting games to death. I'm not a huge fighting.
It's a very small percentage. Fighting games are not. Their heyday was in the 90s. We can both agree on that.
Here's the Nintendo continued to support that game. They released characters, different new arms.
There you go. They can do that, and then
But that was later on, and that was not charged. It came
right.
You
For
just
free.
had to have the game. That's
right.
it.
So it's free.
So they, even though maybe you could debate it, then they added more content. They gave you more content later on. So it's debatable. I mean, to be honest, you're gonna be more of a fighting game kind of guy or a girl.
Right. Girls play fighting games too, sir. Remember that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's debatable, but I guess yeah. Once again, even though it's $60, and it's a Nintendo game, so for it to ever get marked down, it's gonna take forever.
Oh yeah, Nintendo very rarely ever lowers their costs.
It's just like Blizzard.
Yeah, they're very strict in their prices.
Yep.
Staying in the gaming topic, well, we're like what 2 weeks away from 10 days away from Mario Odyssey. I pre-ordered it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I haven't played a Mario game in ages since Mario Sunshine. I did own the Wii. I did briefly play Galaxy. Wasn't completely sold on it. And I never played. I don't know if there was a Mario. There was no Mario game on the Wii U, right? Did you call drop again? Okay.
No, sorry. I'm just thinking. No. Wii U.
So
there was a new Super Mario Bros. Thing. That's about it.
Yeah, but like a console-based platformer Mario. The last one I played was Sunshine, and I liked it. It's a game that grew on me. But I just excited about Mario Odyssey, so I took advantage of that the discount on Amazon.
Yeah, I am also excited about it. I played it at E3, and when we go back to our E3 episode, I would talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, it's gonna be one of the best Marios, maybe the best. And yeah, this is
maybe
what I think
the best because when it comes to all Mario games altogether, okay, let's. I'm gonna take that back. When it comes to 3D platformers, Mario 64 is still the one to beat.
Yeah, it depends on your type of Mario game. Just plenty of them.
Because Mario Sunshine came out after, and I still go back to Mario 64 having high marks over Sunshine. Galaxy, I just said I wasn't thrilled about it, so Mario 64 is over Galaxy in my list. Obviously, we haven't played Odyssey, or you've only played like 10 minutes of it. But I don't know. It's gonna be hard to beat. Hopefully, Odyssey could be the one that takes over Mario 64 as the Mario platform 3D game to beat.
That's the difficult thing to say because Mario 64 was the first of its kind, and it did such a phenomenal job on it.
Put it this way: there's been a lot of knockoffs, after it, and people still go like Mario 64 is the one to base it on. It's the 3D platformer, whether it's Nintendo platformer or whether it's any other studio. They still rank. A lot of places still rank Mario 64 as the one to beat.
And even Odyssey is still built on top of Mario 64. Like, let's compare this to Sonic. Mm-hmm. Sonic failed to go into 3D successfully.
Many times.
Many times. And the very first time, boom, success. And such a huge success. Everybody's copying the way Mario did 3D.
Yeah, and even like you mentioned, Sonic tried to copy it and they failed.
Yeah.
They couldn't do it.
So I think it's kind of unfair to compare to that one. It created the blueprint.
It's the pinnacle.
On top of it.
It's the pinnacle of 3D platformers.
Yeah, it created it. So comparing to Mario 64 is kind of unfair, but I will say it's going to be, ridiculously good. And everybody's going to be talking about it for a long time.
Now let's rank our favorite Mario games, whether it's 2D side scroller or 3D. What would you rank as your top Mario game?
Oh, my.
Wait, you were cutting out again. Your connection sucks. Say that again.
Say Mario 64.
Oh, that's your top game?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mine as well. I do love
the same one, I would imagine.
Yeah, same one. If I were to just go strictly based on if I were to go strictly based on just 2D side scrollers, I would say Super Mario Bros. 3. is my top.
Super Mario 3 is awesome. I would also go with the close one would be Super Mario World.
Yeah, it's close second. Yeah, in the 2D games.
Actually, I would put World before 3.
Really?
Yeah.
No way. I think 3 was awesome. It had all these different costumes that you can use. Mario World and Super Mario Brothers 3 are very similar. I can go into
one word for you.
What's that?
I'll throw one word at you that says why World is better.
Go ahead.
Yoshi.
Look, the add-on of Yoshi was great. Some of the hidden levels, and especially in the Ghost Castle, are great. There's so many hidden levels or hidden little tricks and bonuses in Super Mario World. I give it that. And when it comes to secrets, Super Mario World has amazing secrets. But I wouldn't just say because of Yoshi, it's the best Mario game.
No, I mean Yoshi is part of it, but to me, World is better. Obviously, this is your own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I go 64 World, and then for the number 3 spot, I'm not even sure who to give it to. That's a tough one after that one.
Maybe Super Mario Odyssey.
I mean, Odyssey could even beat World, maybe. We'll see.
So is that what you're going to be doing next weekend? It does come out on a Friday.
Yeah, I'm trying to play the hell out of Shadow of War, so I can actually try to finish it. I don't even know if I can. It's a pretty massive game. So I might still be playing it anyways. But when Odyssey comes out, that's going to take the front seat.
Okay. We have to look forward to that, sir.
Yeah.
So, anything else in the gaming universe that you want to mention?
No, I'm excited about the next Barbie game.
Oh, wow. The next Barbie game. Is he still making that shit?
I'm sure they are.
My fiance's here sitting like 10 feet away. She's probably like...
She's what? I couldn't hear you.
She's like 10 feet away and she's listening to us and she's probably thinking, Barbie game? What the fuck are they talking about? So let's go into the film universe. Have you seen the last trailer for Star Wars: The Last Jedi?
No.
What? You're behind, sir. That shit came out like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Has it been that long?
2 weeks, I think. Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. Because I did see it, and I'm not gonna watch it again because I'm making it a point. I did at this point, like earlier this year, maybe even last year, that if I'm very excited to see a movie, I'm gonna try to avoid trailers or anything as much as possible because marketing ruins movies for me, and I don't like that shit. So the trailer was good. I only saw it once. I can't really break it down much, but I don't think it revealed too much of it just gives you like a what if scenario and you can speculate, which is good. I liked how that was done. You haven't seen it, so I can't say what it is. If you were to ask me, should you watch it? I would say no, stay away from it so you can be like fucking surprised. I mean, why do you have to see it? You know what I mean?
That's why I'm kind of like losing little interest in trailers because I kind of want to just watch it.
Okay, so let's go on. Did you at least see the Pacific Rim Uprising trailer?
I had to when I watched. The fuck did I watch?
Oh, so you saw it at the cinema? Okay, you saw.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
What did you watch recently?
Blade Runner. Blank.
Was it before Blade Runner?
Blade Runner.
Oh, okay. I didn't know they had it before. It came out actually the same day as Blade Runner. My tongue got fucked up there. The trailer came out the same day Blade Runner was released because it was during New York Comic Con. So it was that same Friday. So what did you think of the Pacific Rim Uprising trailer?
What are your thoughts?
I'm asking you. You saw that one. I want your opinion.
My sigh was, I think, the best explanation.
Really? You were not impressed?
It's obviously they're just trying to ramp up the action and cheesiness of it. You
think so?
Yeah.
The Toro still is involved. He came up with the story and is still producing it. So it's still his baby in a way.
I'm just saying the trailer showed it off as something that you would show to kids to get them excited.
I agree with you. I think that the trailer, to add on to that, because your side already said, it follows the generic, sci-fi action trailer cliche. Show a little bit of here in the beginning, this and that. Even you see that whole 360 camera move when the teenage girl is being and the robots and the monsters are walking behind her. I thought that was neat, although it's been done before in other movies or trailers. It's this 6 months away for the movie's release, and I hope that they improve the CGI shots for the robots. At least the monsters look great, but the robots look very plastic looking, and I think that's because they're filming it. Most of the scenes are in the daytime, and Pacific Rim the first one was mostly at night. And when you do CGI at night, you can get away with a lot, and it looks a lot more detailed and realistic. When you're doing it in the daytime, lighting comes into play, and lighting gets in the way. It gives it that CGI plastic look. Transformers is the exception. I don't know what they did in Transformers in the daytime. They fucking look photoreal just as well as they do at nighttime. I don't know if you got that feeling that I just described when you were watching it.
No, I did.
Okay, so you and I are in the same boat on that.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? Are you falling asleep?
Yeah, your voice puts me to sleep.
Oh shit, motherfucker! I gotta talk sexy to you. So yeah, that's my my thoughts on it. I'm just looking forward to it. I'm glad that the scientists are back. I like those characters in the first one. I hope they have a lot more involvement in the second. I forgot her name. The Asian actress from the first one. She's returning as well. I don't even think they showed it in the trailer at all, which is kind of odd for me. But I guess that's more Hollywood whitewashing. There's an Asian actress who had a big part in the first one. Let's not show her too much in the trailer or at all. I don't remember seeing her. So yeah, that's my quick thoughts on the trailer. Did you see the Justice League trailer, the final one that came out 2 weeks ago as well?
No.
Oh shit, dude! What the fuck is wrong with you?
Just wait. It's coming out next month. I'll be fine.
Yeah. So you and I talked about, I think previously on a podcast or even off the record, about our thoughts on Justice League. Before we continue, what are your thoughts on the movie? So just a refresher.
On Justice League?
Yeah. Like, are you excited about it? I mean, do you think it's gonna be shit like Batman vs Superman? Seeing as it's the same director, same studio, or do you think that Wonder Woman might have helped, even though Wonder Woman only came out 4 months ago?
4 months ago. A bit more than that.
It was June. So what is it? 4 months ago?
Oh wait, you're right.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on? Are you hyped about it, or you're like, eh? Tell us. Say again.
I say,
So you're not crazy about Justice League. You're not looking forward to it.
The DC universe has not lived up to the hype too much here. They keep on dropping the ball.
Right.
The first thing they've actually done right is Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman is just basically sort of a ripoff of Thor. I'm not belittling the movie, but it's like they didn't come up on that formula.
Right.
And the way
Out of 4 movies, they only have one great one. Is what you're saying.
I wouldn't say great. I would say it's pretty good. It's just
in their universe.
It's the best movie in the universe, and doesn't mean anything that it's her. It's just there's only one out of 5 or whatever.
Yeah, Justice League would be.
They
the
have
fifth
to.
one.
That's why I'm kind of like, like I don't know. I don't know. I should be.
I was about it too. Then something happened. Something very sad happened in March. Zack Snyder had to step away from the movie altogether because his daughter died. And he handed the reins over to Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon, we all know, in the Marvel Universe, he basically was the captain of Phase 1 and Phase 2 in the Marvel Universe. He directed Avengers 1 and Avengers Age of Ultron. He's involved. He had, I think the word on the street was 6 weeks to reshoot scenes and add new scenes and film new scenes. And he had a crack at the draft, even though the movie was already done. He had to do reshoots, and I believe he's getting a story credit or even a writing credit It hasn't been official yet for Justice League. So that alone shows to me that maybe DC is finally gonna have a good movie besides Wonder Woman. Maybe they have, maybe their secret weapon was Joss Whedon all along. Maybe he's their savior. I mean, that's what. And watching the trailer, it was very impressive. Just to build up the way it starts, you see like a flashback scene of Clark Kent on in his farm in Smallville. Lois is behind them. She's looking at the engagement ring, and Clark says to her, "So I take that as a yes." And she's like, "What?" And he's like, "The ring, you're wearing it." And then it cuts to present time. She's burying Clark. She's at the funeral. The music then begins to swell up. They probably got some pop rock singer to sing some song called "Heroes." The song is actually a cover to David Bowie, the late David Bowie's classic "Heroes." So I thought it was well used there, and I see some Joss Whedon-esque visuals in the trailer. Maybe a lot of his footage was put in the trailer. So this trailer actually did a 180 on me. Like, it actually made me like, oh shit, now I'm sort of kind of looking forward to this, and I wasn't before. Like, I wasn't even like crazy about going opening weekend. Now I'm like, okay, this Joss Whedon being involved, this final trailer being released, I'm gonna go watch it opening weekend. It might still be shit, like you and I talked about, but at least Joss Whedon being involved is a big plus in my book. Maybe not in your book. I don't think you have a hard on for Joss Whedon like I do.
No. I do not.
You do not?
I just expect, hopefully to have fun.
Yeah, that's what we need, a fun movie. Like fucking Marvel did. You know, Marvel's, they know when to be serious, they know when to have fun. And I that's what I'm going back to Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon was involved in Phase 1 and Phase 2 extensively. He had, Marvel and him didn't see eye to eye after Age of Ultron, so he left. And I just hope that he brings some of that fun and energy into Justice League. I mean, I know DC needs it. They're like fucking desperate for that, for that shit. But moving on, what do you think of? What's your opinion on digital movies? Like, for example, when you buy a Blu-ray and it says, "Oh, here's the ultraviolet code for now. You have it digitally." What do you do with those codes? Do you actually redeem them so you can have a digital copy of it?
Trash.
You throw them in the trash?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't care for it?
Just don't care.
At all? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Not even to take it on your phone and watch it on a plane? Nothing?
No, nothing. Just being honest. I'm like, whatever.
No, that's fine. I just wanted your opinion. I wanted to know if you were... I don't think I've ever talked to you about digital movies. So, Ultraviolet is going bye-bye. It's no longer going to happen. They just announced a week ago a new app called Movies Everywhere, where 5 of the 7 major Hollywood studios are backing it, including Disney. So you're basically, wherever you buy a movie digitally, whether it's iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Prime, what's the other one? Vudu. Those 4 platforms where you buy digital movies anywhere, is going to link it all to one account, so you can watch it as it's called, anywhere, on any device, any computer, any Amazon Fire Stick, Google Play, Chromecast, whatever, iPhone, Google. So I think that that's a good step in digital movies, because studios have been pushing that for like 10 years. Oh, digital. And you're seeing it because everybody's watching movies on Netflix. You and I are watching movies on Netflix or any of these other countless apps. Physical sales are going down and down. So I think it's a good step that they actually the studios got together, did one platform, none of this, this is my version, this is your version. No, make one universal version. The money when the person buys the movie, that goes to the studio. You know, it just fucking makes sense to me. So I just wanted to say that for people out there, your digital movies are all in one place. Sign up for Movies Anywhere. Watch it there on your phone. When you go traveling, when Javier goes to visit me, he's going to be watching on his Movies Anywhere app. Right, Javier?
I'll be playing my Switch.
One last thing. So You know that there's a Detective Pikachu movie, right?
Something about that, yeah. I haven't really, kept up with it.
So Legendary Studios, yeah, they're behind the Dark Knight trilogy and some of the DC movies. They want motion capture and voice work for one of the characters, the main character, and they either want Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, Mark Wahlberg, or Dwayne Johnson to be in the Pikachu movie. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. The only one that I would love to see pull it off would be either Ryan Reynolds or Dwayne Johnson. The other actors, I don't think they can pull that off. Would you want to see The Rock and Detective Pikachu fight crime?
Sure.
What's wrong, sir? You can tell everybody your love for Pikachu.
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 Word. Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker. I can tell you're like, I don't want to talk about Pikachu.
No, I like Pikachu. I don't know what to expect out of this. I'm kind of like, okay.
You're like, whatever?
We'll see. No, more like, we'll see when it actually happens. I don't know if I should expect anything out of this.
No? So they have a expected filming starts in January. And they're going to release it expecting Christmas next year. That's their target date. Anything else that you want to add?
No. I guess we could talk about the thing.
The Thing. Before we do that, here's what we're going to talk about.
Your thing?
My thing. It's so massive and thick. I'm talking about my phone.
Mm-hmm.
November is National Podcast Post Month. It's been going on for 10 years. It's a challenge. The challenge goes, podcasters have to release a podcast episode every day for 30 days in the month of November. You're probably thinking, like, how the fuck are we going to do that?
Yes.
we would have to find times. And most people are saying, like, oh, I'll do it. I'm just going to do it like for like 10 minutes. And you know what? We can do that because there is a very popular podcast called 10 Minute Podcast. I listen to that shit weekly because it's only 10 minutes. And it's hilarious. So, I don't know. It's a challenge. Maybe we could try it out for 1 week and see if it works. And if it gets too hectic, we just like, oh, fuck it. We couldn't do the challenge.
Yeah.
Even if we talk for like 10 minutes. It's very easy to talk 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'll tell you how much of a jackass you are.
You can tell, exactly. And I'll tell you how much I love your sweet ass. And how much I want to pinch it.
Yeah, your mom does that.
I know. My mom does that. She misses you. She misses that booty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. Maybe that's the wine talking. I don't know. I did drink a little bit excessively.
A little bit?
Just a little bit. Going on The Thing. So, John Carpenter's The Thing.
Let's set this up because this is another Halloween movie that we picked to review.
Yes, being the month of horror. The month of Halloween.
Right. So this is another classic to us. You were like, hey, watch it. And I'm like, hey, I've seen it many, many times.
And you know why? Because I recently got the collector's edition that Shout Factory, under their label Scream, released. They're releasing a lot of great classic genre films, sci-fi films, and horror films. They released 2 years ago Escape from New York. They gave it a great 2K remaster. Same thing with The Thing. A lot of new features, and all the features from the previous Blu-ray has been ported over. So
that's great.
That's why I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's review it and let's talk about it. So we both love this movie. Can we agree on that?
Yeah. So let's talk about this slowly.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of foreplay here.
Oh, gosh.
So
that's sexy.
The director, John Carpenter.
Yes.
I mean, start off right there. Like, what do you think of him? I mean, he's known.
He is
for so many big movies.
He is the
like Halloween.
He is one of the masters of horror.
Escape of New York.
Masters of horror. Like, in growing up in the 80s, as we both did, John Carpenter movies were an event. Starting with Halloween. It was late 70s, but, saw it on TV. Escape from New York was released, I think, in 81. The Thing was 82.
Christine.
The Big Trouble in Little China was in 86. So I can go on and on. There was a lot of other movies he did in the 80s. And, The Fog. The Fog was released in 1980. So look at that. And within those 6 years, when he started right after Halloween, he did movie after movie, and each one was bigger as in more popular and better. It improved. To me, out of all his movies, and I can say almost all of them, even the ones that weren't released theatrically here and just straight to like Netflix and stuff, The Thing is still the best one, in my opinion, out of his work. And we're going to talk about why.
Yeah, just to give people a little thing about The Thing. This is a movie that came out in the 80s, 82 to be exact.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This takes place not in some paradise or some neighborhood or whatever. This is in Antarctica.
Right.
So it's snowy, cold, and
below freezing.
Yeah. Basically, it's just a bunch of scientists, and they discover UFO.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people listening to this might have seen it, and if those that haven't seen it, watch it. It's great. Maybe pause this now because we're gonna go into spoilerish territory. It starts off with the dog, and the camera work was wonderfully done. When all you see is the dog, a wolf. I think it was like a wolf hybrid dog running, and you see a helicopter chasing it, and the helicopter has a guy with a rifle aiming and shooting at the dog. He's missing every time. We find out that they're Norwegian. There's a Norwegian camp, not a few miles away from the American camp in Antarctica, and we soon find out why they were shooting this dog. So the dog is the Thing.
It's infected or possessed or whatever you want to call it.
Right, the Thing. It has been buried in Antarctica for this. They estimate the ice to be 100,000 years old, and it was the Norwegians likely thawed it or blew it up around it, and then the Thing is now, thawed out and became alive.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about every detail of this movie.
No, we're not. But I just wanted to set it out that way. So go ahead. You give me some details.
Right. So a lot of things that make this movie great to me. Some simple things like we don't have some super special effects movie. Everything here is
practical.
Practical.
But very well done till this day.
Yeah, it holds up. I'll put it that way. A lot of the things that happen with this thing are all well done. The thing itself is looks pretty cool when it possesses things and all that stuff. The scenes where it's doing that also are awesome, like when he's with the dogs and shit.
Yeah.
That's a really cool scene. I love that scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's very scary, and maybe I don't know, something that'll give you nightmares.
Yes, I shit my pants as a kid watching that.
Right, and so the whole premise is not this thing's not gonna have jump scares or whatever. It's it gets in your head because
it's paranoia.
What happened?
The theme is paranoia.
Right, because
and
the
trust.
thing becomes someone else. It kills the person and becomes him.
It imitates them, a complete copy.
And so they don't know who is the thing, and that what drives the crew crazy, and they're stuck in this frozen hell.
Frozen in this camp where it's below freezing. I think at one point somebody says it's going to be 40 below.
Right, and they're trying to figure out who the fuck is the thing. They start figuring out, and then it frees, it gets free, all that kind of stuff. But so it's not something. This is a mental, gets you thinking. The effects are cool. This is not your typical horror movie.
Yeah, it's something that Carpenter purposely watching the making of it. He was against doing the this is actually a remake. There's been the original was 1951. It was called The Thing from Outer Space, and he was a big fan of it. He actually shows it when there was a scene in Halloween that I forgot who was in the couch watching TV. You actually see the original Thing from Outer Space on the TV in the 1978 Halloween. Carpenter was against it, directing it. He got the script, and then somebody convinced him, okay, why not do it? This is his first studio movie. Before then, he was making movies, on the independently, with a very low budget. This is his first big Hollywood studio movie. He was against the Hollywood control, and he told the studio, Universal Studios, which is the one that financed the movie. He told them, "I'll do the movie if you let me do it my way." And they said, "Okay, do it your way," which is very odd for a studio, especially with the millions of dollars it cost to make the movie. And he did it his way, and the movie was great for that. It's a very bleak movie. It's not a movie that has a happy ending. No, it's just very cold, paranoid, claustrophobic to a certain extent, bleak, fucking horror movie.
It's a bleak twice, but you get the idea. It is bleak.
Yeah, I love that word, bleak. Bleak,
Mhm.
bleak. Okay, because at the end, I don't want to ruin the end, but you see a couple characters, and you're thinking, "Well, who the fuck is the Thing?" Bleak, sir.
It's in your pants.
Fucking. Oh, I do have the Thing there. I'm just gonna imitate and take over you. So we didn't go into detail like we did in pieces because we've seen this movie like a shit ton of times. I think I watch it almost like once a year. Usually around this time. There's still 2 weeks left for October, so I gotta cram in as much horror movies as I can in these 2 weeks. But yeah, it holds up. The practical effects are great, very gory for those that love gore effects. Can we just talk about one scene that's your favorite, and I'll talk about one scene that's my favorite? Do you have?
I kind of already said it. It's that dog scene in the beginning.
Oh, so the transformation of the dog.
Right.
Okay, my favorite scene is the halfway mark. One of the doctors, the other doctor gets what is it? He gets I forgot. He just faints or passes out, and during the shootout with the other doctor who kind of goes crazy, and they put him on the table, and they're about to perform. They get a defibrillator. They're about to. One of the doctors is about to shock him with the defibrillator, and his stomach just cuts right open. So obviously he's the Thing, and the doctor's hands, as he's about to go down, goes right through his stomach, and the stomach already has teeth, and it just chops his arms off.
Yep.
That was my favorite scene because after that, they start torching the body, but then the Thing is smart. The Thing goes to the head of the body that's already on the table, breaks apart the head in a very gory, juicy fashion, and grows some legs. That was awesome, and just crawls away. But before it crawls away,
Yeah.
Kurt Russell's like, "Hey, what the fuck is that?" And he's like, "Torch it," and they torch the shit out of it. But that wasn't the last of the Thing. That's my favorite scene. I don't want to say more than that. It's a great movie. You guys will love it.
I like that scene a lot too.
Yeah, it's a fucking awesome scene. Like everybody is always asked, like, what's your favorite scene? Like I've read on social media and stuff, and they always go back to that scene. The dog scene is also good because that's one of the first times you see it transform. But that scene is fucking badass to me. And listening to the commentary track recently on the Blu-ray, he said that all those effects shots were actually done after the principal photography wrapped because Rob Bolton, the makeup effects guy, was delayed in doing all these puppets and makeup. So John Carpenter got kind of, pretty much upset at Rob because he wanted to do it all during the filming. So he had to come back like a couple months later and film those scenes. And John Carpenter then told Rob, the makeup guy, he's like, he told him, look, it was worth the wait. You did an amazing job. And that's actually John Carpenter's favorite scene in the movie. He actually described that scene is his favorite scene in the entire film. So we both like the same one, sir. Badass. So The Thing. Watch it. Kurt Russell, Keith David, bunch of other dudes. John Carpenter. The score by Ennio Morricone, classic composer. It's just great. You know. We're gonna talk about Blade Runner. You want to talk about Blade Runner, the new one, or save it for next time?
I say save it for next time.
All right, we'll talk about Blade Runner 2049 next time. I think that's it. So, any last words, Javier?
You can follow us at
Jesus.
the number 4 U podcast on Twitter.
That's YOU, not the letter U.
Yeah.
Email us at bitsforyoupodcast@gmail.com as well. And that's it. Happy Halloween. Be scared. Watch The Thing. It's, I'm sure, available on digital platforms. So, Javier, un besito. Qué lindo.
What the hell? No.
All right. It was fun recording this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give us feedback. bitsforyoupodcast@gmail.com. That's BITS, the number 4, YOU. Podcast@gmail.com. Our Twitter handle is @bitsforyoupodcast. And Instagram is bitsforyoupod. What else do we have? Our website is bitsforyou.podbean. That's PODBEAN.com. Or soundpage.fm/bitsforyou is another place. It's like a small website for podcasters. And it takes us to our regular website, and it has links there for the past episodes, current episodes that you can listen to on your mobile device, phone, tablet, even computer. We want to thank Loot Crate. So, Loot Crate, try lootcrate.com/bitsforyou to get 10% savings on a new subscription. And to get your free month of Gamefly, it's Gamefly. What is it? Gameflyoffer.com/bitsforyou. Again, that's Gameflyoffer.com/bitsforyou. Next episode, we'll be talking about Super Mario Odyssey. We're getting it Friday. We're both getting it. And our next recording should be that weekend or Monday following the release of Super Mario Odyssey. And we'll give our thoughts on that. How it holds up against past Mario games. How it holds up against current Nintendo Switch games. So, look forward to that. I will stop. Again, this is Robert, your host. Bits for you.